This week on the Hooters Tour with Lee Moore and Kim Briel. Coming up this half hour on This Week on the Hooters Tour, Kim and Lee will take you through an exciting 4-day event. A new champion will be crowned, and we'll talk to a renowned sports psychologist. How understanding the mental side makes your physical side better. All that and some special features coming your way next from Oak Hills Golf Club in Columbia, South Carolina.
Par, birdie, eagle, owl.
Owl?
We'll be right back on the Hooters Tour. Don't go away.
Our girls earn their wings every day.
Hooters, it's not just a restaurant, it's an adventure.
If you take fresh eggs, cream, and right off the farm fresh vegetables, add pure vegetable oil, red wine vinegar, natural honey, herbs and spices, and maybe generous amounts of aged blue cheese in just the right portions, blended under refrigeration to the peak of perfection, you'd know why we call our products naturally fresh.
We blended nature's best naturally.
Hello everybody, and welcome once again to This Week on the Hooters Tour. This week, Kim and I are in Columbia, South Carolina. We are here at the Oak Hills Golf Course. I'm Lee Moore.
And I'm Kim Briel. Lee, as I remember, the tour was here 2 years ago, and looking back in the memory book, I think Rob McKelvey was the one that won here
Good
that
memory.
year.
That's exactly right, he did. He won at 11 under par. He's in the field, but not faring as well this time. But speaking of the field, how we started things was on Monday. We had the big 10-spot qualifier. 35 guys showed up for that, and a young man from Grove, Oklahoma was a guy that came out medalist, and that was John Bizik. But it was a busy week, and again, there were 35. Bizik was the top guy with a 68. Some of the others that were added to the field, Jeff Julian, Trey Shepard, also in there is Mike Grant. Jason Larson made the field, so did Brad Sutterfield, Chris Winship, and remember that name. Then it was Peter Hemmer. Also, we had Jim McGurk and Hans Albertson, all in the Monday qualifier.
Lee, the next event after the Monday 10-spot qualifier was the Wednesday Pro-Am. They had 14 teams participating. The low team came in at 135. The captain of that team was a Hooters Pro, Spike McCroy, and his team members were Ashby Gressett, Wayne Redfern, and John Taylor. The pros in the Wednesday Pro-Am will be playing for a $1,000 purse. First place at Oak Hills was Andrew Morris with a 68. Spike McCroy had a 70, as well as Charlie Whittington. Before we go to round one with Lee Moore, let's check out Oak Hills Golf and Country Club with head pro Chip Herlihy.
Oak Hills Golf and Country Club is situated on a 160-acre tract and surrounded by thousands of oaks, pines, and dogwoods. With few parallel fairways, the golf course winds through the Carolina countryside. The signature hole at Oak Hills may well be the par 3 7th. This hole measures 178 yards from the oak tees, and the green is guarded by water on the right as well as a large bunker. A bailout area left of the green makes for a playable hole for all players. A beautiful hole on the back nine is the par 4 15th. This 390-yard downhill dogleg right is guarded at the corner by two catch bunkers. The waterfall, located behind the green, makes this hole one of the most picturesque on the golf course. Additionally, our friendly staff is available to serve your every need. At Oak Hills Golf and Country Club, our goal is to provide the player with championship caliber playing conditions which challenge all skill levels while constantly striving to maintain the natural environment. These are just a few of the reasons why Oak Hills Golf and Country Club is fast becoming the Midlands of South Carolina's premier golf facility.
The scores ran a bit high in round one, but not for everyone, including Andrew Morris. Here's Lee.
Round one of the Rich Tex Classic, and the storyline today is going to be highlighted by some high winds, some gusting to 35 miles per hour. Gibby Gilbert of Chattanooga is in the 144-man field. Gibby's going to make par at number one. He's struggling early. His 5-over is going to be made easier, though, by a 34 on his final 9 holes. Some hot action on the final hole of the day for several players. Chan Reeves, he's from Dunwoody, Georgia, makes a good approach to 18. How about this birdie 4? Tom Shaw, the same hole, and ditto, the man from Texas, gets a 4 on the par 5 after a great approach. Reeves is even for the day. Shaw is 2 under 70. Spike McCroy from Huntsville, Alabama, finds some trouble at 18, just a bit of water. He'll still manage a par and a 2 under 70 score. Nice going, Spike. Andy Morse, the Needham, Mass resident, is having a great day. Here at number 15, he stands 4 under par, and he describes his approach.
My second shot on 15, I had 114 yards as like a 3/4 pitching wedge, trying to ease off on it a little bit. And it was a downwind. I had a downhill lie, and it was kind of a tough shot. I just tried to pitch it in there and try to hit it on the front edge of the green, and I believe it carried a little bit past the pin.
Andy finishes at 5 under, and he's going to get that $250 low round money from the good folks at the Naturally Fresh Salad Dressings. Good going, Andy.
I have to watch it, play it back in my stance a little bit, and hit it solid, mostly right to left. And yeah, I kept it under the wind pretty good.
Okay, let's check out the Hooters scoreboard now. We told you Andy Morris is on top. There are 4 at 5 under par, including Sean Haberstroh. He's from Rapid City, South Dakota. Michael Christie's from Greenville, South Carolina. Rich Parker from Lebanon, New Hampshire. Mark Yanata from Whippany, New Jersey. And Chris Winship, a local guy. There are 3 at 3 under. Mike Schwartz from Phoenix. Greg Parker of Plantation, Florida. And Gary Emmons from Houston, Texas. A good round for Andrew Morris, but he would run into difficulties, as Kim will tell you later on in this tournament. A couple of pats when we come back. Slightly different messages.
Hi, I'm Melissa from Hooters of Columbia, and we'll be right back with more exciting golf.
Earlier this year, our guys had a chance to hear from a great sports psychologist, Pat Cohen. He has a good message.
The more specific you make the practice to how you play, the more learning takes place and the better you're going to perform.
Pat Cohen takes average players and makes them above average. He takes above average players and makes them great players.
I provide education for players in terms of mental skills and helping them think their way around the golf course, be confident and be more focused.
Cohen believes that in a game like golf, there's 3 things a player can hold on to.
Call those the 3 C's. Confidence, concentration, and composure. Those are really big.
Really big in terms of helping golfers play their best. The 3 C's apply to all golfers, but are critical to those who have big league physical skills.
In other sports, we scrimmage and we try to make it real specific to what we're going to do at game time. So what does it boil down to? It boils down to when you're practicing, both in practice rounds and when you're on the range and putting green, make it more like it's competition.
Head games. If you play golf, you understand it well. Like in putting, even the pros can make the hole seem much smaller than it really is.
The ball sits still, and golfers have a lot of time to think. They have a lot of time to analyze. They have a lot of time to think about the last putt they missed. So therefore, it's very important that they use their mind effectively in golf, just because of the nature of the game, how the ball is stationary and there's no reaction.
Sports psychology. It really can't be taught in a group setting when you're dealing with golf.
It's an individual thing. As I work with players, I find out they're holding themselves back or tripping themselves in different ways. So I really need to sit down with each individual and find out, what are they lacking in terms of their physical skills?
Thanks, Pat. The guys really enjoyed your message. Now, the message for Friday is don't forget to sign your scorecard.
5 players in at 68 after day 1. One of those is Sean Haberstroh of Scottsdale, Arizona. Sean makes a good 3 on the 7th hole. He'll fire a 69 to be 1 back of the lead. Steve Ford of Melbourne, Florida follows his first round 71 with a 5-under par 67. Ford makes a deuce on the 200-plus yard par 3 11th hole. He stands at -6. Andrew Morris of Needham, Massachusetts makes a great birdie on the par 3 7th hole. However, after a 67 on Thursday, he will not make it to Saturday as he failed to sign his scorecard. David Bishop of Plantation, Florida makes a great save for par on hole number 11. Bishop goes 72-67 for a 2-day total of -5. Mike Schwartz of Phoenix, Arizona gets an eagle 2 on the par 4 5th hole.
This is the 5th hole. I was 1 over coming into the 5th hole and had 55 yards. Hit a wedge, took a couple hops, and went right into the hole. Really gave me a boost for the rest of the round.
Mike shoots a 72 and is 5 back. Ray Franz was paired with Schwartz, and he will birdie the 345-yard par 4 5th hole. Ray posts a 70-70 and is 4 back of our leader. Of course, you can't count out our winner in Douglas, Georgia, Jack O'Keefe. He is 7 back going into the 3rd round. Our 2-day leader is Chris Winship of Columbia, South Carolina.
As long as you're in the final group or somewhere near the final group, you're always going to learn something. So whether it's good or bad or indifferent, you're always going to learn something from it, and that's what I try to take from it. I loved being in the final group every week because you would learn more than anybody else that's out here. And I always try, like you say, get in position. You always try to get in position so you can learn more than you would if you just made the cut and you're just trying to make a check. It's a totally different ballpark. I mean, I always try to get something from it is what I want. So.
And after 2 rounds, what Chris will get is a 1-stroke lead over Tom Shaw and Sean Haberstroh. Gary Emmons of Houston, Texas, and Steve Ford of Melbourne, Florida are both at 6 under par. 3 players are 3 back at -5. They include David Bishop, Jeff Julian of Heartland, Vermont, and Trev Anderson of Tempe, Arizona.
So after 2 rounds, Chris Winship is really creating quite a stir amongst the local folks. Pat McCormick's trying to create his own brand of stir the hard way. The Hutchinson, Minnesota native is trying it through the Monday qualifier.
Choosing professional golf as a career is risky business. Pat McCormick played golf at Iowa State and finished first team All-Big 8. He also qualified for a couple of U.S. amateurs, placed 4th in the Minnesota State Open, and had some good showings in U.S. Open qualifiers. But Pat McCormick is not exempt on the Hooters Tour.
Well, I guess I'm going to look at probably the first 8 or 9 weeks of this tour and try and Monday qualify. Then hopefully in the reshuffling, hopefully I'll make some of the qualifiers and make some money so I can get reshuffled up to a higher number in the conditional list. And if that follows through, I will maybe try and go back to the Midwest and play some state opens or the Dakotas tour. I've given the Canadian tour maybe, I've thought about that. I'm just going to give it a try out here as much as possible.
His brother Joe has played the Hooters Tour for a couple of years. He knows how difficult it is to break into the lineup.
But we room together and pretty much split our expenses and everything, so it actually works out good because he's been out here before and he kind of shows me the ropes. He knows what good places to stay at or eat or whatever. He's really helped me out a lot.
Pat, though, will see if he can handle living out of a suitcase. See if he can handle the pressures of professional golf.
It's something that I have to do to prove to myself if I can make it or not, or it's just I've given myself a goal to give it a year and see if I can handle the lifestyle because it's a big change for me. I've just given myself a year to give it a try and given everything I can and see what happens after a year, then I'll reevaluate.
A couple of stories about Pats, and we're not talking apples to apples. When we come back, rounds 3 and 4 of the Rich Tex Brick Classic, and we'll turn another page in our Hooters Tour scrapbook.
Hi, I'm Dawn from Hooters of Columbia. We'll be right back with more action from the Hooters Tour.
Next is Lady. Exceptional sheen. Oh, very good color. Prince. Hands.
Oh, such stateliness, such majesty.
Larry! Larry!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
The best of show? Mort!
Fellow Americans, recently it's been reported in the national media that I am preoccupied with Hooters. I wish to state for the record that I have not been sneaking out in the middle of the night and going to Hooters. Reports that I have been seen eating a big plate of nearly world-famous chicken wings are simply not true. It's just another attempt to discredit the policies of this administration. Thank you.
A handful of players ready to attack on round 3. One in particular is a young man from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
The local guy is doing good. Chris Winship from Columbia fired back-to-back 68s. He had a bit more difficulty, though, holding on to his lead on day 3. One of his highlights came on the par 5 9th hole. Here, Chris makes a birdie 4, moving to 9 under. Now, he's going to lose 3 strokes to par before the day is out, and he'll fall 3 shots off the pace. Sean Haberstroh of Rapid City, South Dakota, is in great position for Sunday's final round. A birdie on the 9th hole gets Sean to 8 under par and 1 under for the day. Sean's going to lose 1 before coming to 18. He'll birdie here, posting a 1 under 71, and he's going to be 8 under for the tournament. David Bishop of Plantation, Florida, made some noise earlier in the year, but today he started at -5. He's 1 over for the day, coming into hole number 9. Now he's going to birdie here to start his run. Bishop shoots a 68. He's tied for the lead. Tom Shaw of Texas is going to be looking to catch Bishop. Here's Tom on hole number 7. Tom?
Got about a 35-footer here, left to right, downhill. Kind of a curler. I'm really looking for a spark here and get lucky and the thing goes in. It's really something that got me going there, and hadn't had a putt fall in all day, and a little frustration showing there, but I'm glad to pick that ball out of the hole.
Now Shaw shoots 71, and he is 1 back of Bishop and Ray France. France of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, is coming off of a pair of 70s. He had the low round of the day on Saturday, 5 under par, 67. That's going to put Raymond in a tie for first, and more importantly, in a position now to win this Rich Tex Brick Classic.
At the turn, I saw the leaders weren't doing too much, so I knew my goal yesterday was shoot about 65, and I figured I'd probably be right up there around the lead. And when I finished it at 9 under, I saw the leaderboard, and I said, well, I'm probably going to be tied or maybe a shot back.
So after 54 holes, Ray France and David Bishop on top at 207. Haberstraw and Shaw are going to be looking for good rounds on Sunday. They're one back at 8 under par. Now, keep your eye on Brian Gorman, Trev Anderson, Chan Reeves, and John Ross, all within striking distance. And, of course, Chris Winship, who seems to like Oak Hills. So after 3 rounds, the young man from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, Raymond France, is our leader. Raymond has won twice in as many years on this tour. Another young man, this one from Cordova, Tennessee, is trying to earn his way back to the PGA Tour. Sean McKeel in our Hooters scrapbook. Sean McKeel has seen the bright lights of the PGA Tour. Last year, he was there.
It was a great experience for me. I learned a lot, and I'd love to get back out there.
Prior to last year, Sean had played on the Hooters Tour, and like so many others, he appreciates having this tour, both to prepare for his move back and as a quality place to keep his game sharp.
This tour is recognized as a great tour, and I think that, eventually we're going to be able to rival the Nike Tour.
Golf for the Memphis native started almost 20 years ago with a ride in a golf cart with his dad driving.
And I used to just go drive the cart around, and then I finally got to where I could hit the ball. I started when I was about 9 or 10 playing, and then I went to a golf camp in Tennessee my 6th, 7th, and 8th grade years, and that kind of got me going.
Sean progressed through junior golf in high school, and then he became an All-American at the University of Indiana. He was making a name for himself, though, before he left high school.
I won my state high school a couple times, and I just thought I was average. But when I went to college and started winning some tournaments, then I started thinking, well, hey, maybe I have a future in this.
Sean also won the prestigious Junior Masters back in the 80s.
But really, probably the biggest thing, the turning point was probably the Future Masters, and I guess that was '87, right before I went to college.
What'd you do there?
Well, I ended up winning. I shot a pretty good score. I think I shot 2 or 3 under, I guess, to win. You know, it's probably one of the biggest junior tournaments, over 500 people enter, and at that time, I thought it was the greatest thing.
Now it's a matter of just being consistent and getting back to the PGA Tour. Only this time, Sean wants to stay. So if I know Sean, he'll get back. And if I know Sunday on this tour, it's going to be a shootout.
Oak Hills in round 4 with a handful of players in position to take the Rich Tex Brick Classic. Ray Franz really playing well this week. Franz will take an early lead with a birdie on hole number 2. Franz will birdie again on the 5th hole, moving to 11 under par. Ray's close contender is David Bishop of Plantation, Florida. He is up and down on the front side, never catching Franz. Bishop moves to within a stroke on Franz with a birdie here at the par 3 11th hole. At hole number 12, Franz will lose a stroke to par, putting both he and Bishop at 10 under par for the championship. Trev Anderson was 2 back at the start of the day. At hole 15, Trev moves to 3 under for the day, 10 under for the tournament. Now we have 3 players tied at -10. One more player coming to the forefront late in round 4, Tom of Texas. Tom Shaw, that is. He started round 4 1 back of the lead. He'll get to 10 under par, waiting for Bishop and Franz to finish 18. Ray will take the lead on hole number 15, with this birdie moving to 11 under par. A double bogey 6, though, at 17 has Franz trailing 3 players now by a single stroke as he tees off on number 18. He'll grind it out, making a birdie and forcing a 4-way tie. Franz, Bishop, Shaw, and Trev Anderson head to the first hole. David Bishop will make this playoff short.
I was on the right side of the fairway, a little bit into the wind. I hit a smooth 7-iron, trying to keep it underneath the wind and hit it somewhere close to the pin. Obviously, it hit the green and didn't stop, and I had about looked like from the fairway about a 30-footer for birdie.
He'll walk away with a birdie and a $15,000 first place check. Taking a look at the final leaderboard, Bishop winning on the first playoff hole. Anderson, Shaw, and Franz all coming in at 278. Chan Reeves in at 5th with Jack O'Keefe, John Ross, Dean Pappas, Jeff Julian, and Robert Huxtable rounding out our top 10.
When we come back, we'll update you on the Naturally Fresh Points Championship, and we'll take a look at our top 10 money winners right after this.
My barbecue sauce has the big, bold taste that really makes barbecue taste great. Barbecue sauce.
That's not barbecue sauce. This is barbecue sauce.
Jackaroo barbecue sauce. Big taste from a big place.
They say time passes quickly when you're having a good time, and that was the case this week at Oak Hills Golf Club.
Yep, it was. We had a great champion. We had some great weather, thank you for that. And all in all, our pros here, I think, just had a great time, and we hope you did too, at the Rich Tex Brick Classic. So, as we say goodnight, Kim and I, we want you to check out our big Naturally Fresh Bonus Points Championship race, and also our money leaders up until this point of time. We'll see you again next week, right here on This Week on the Hooters Tour.
If you like the clothes that Kim and Lee are wearing, call the Hooters Merchandise Catalog at 1-800-961-2231 for all Hooters of America apparel.